and she's the president and wants to be the president of the United States. She's vice president. She could do it.
That was Donald Trump saying that Vice President Kamala Harris is the president. Trump gave a very low energy speech in Howell, Michigan. His heart just doesn't seem to be in it anymore. I don't think he had a heart to begin with, but this speech was supposed to be about crime. But of course, Donald Trump turned it into him mocking Vice President Kamala Harris for the way she laughs or smiles. Here, play this clip.
Her father is, as you know, a Marxist professor, and he obviously did a good job. But this is where she's coming from. And, you see her now with a smile, and she's gotten rid of the laugh over the last couple of days. I don't know. I haven't seen her laugh. They've told her, don't laugh, please. But I'll bet inside she was laughing last night when she saw the way Joe Biden left, because that was a coup.
Then Donald Trump randomly said that he thinks suburban women actually really like him. Play this clip.
So when I return to the White House, we will stop the plunder, rape, slaughter, and destruction of our American suburbs, our cities and towns. And I think that women living in the suburbs, I keep hearing about the suburban woman doesn't like Trump. Well, I think it's a fake poll, because why would they like me? I keep the suburbs safe. I stopped low-income towers from rising right alongside of their house, and I'm keeping the illegal aliens away from the suburbs. I think that they like me a lot. I think it's a lot of fake polls. We've seen a lot of fake polls over the years. I was not supposed to win anything, and we won the big one. We won it and did a lot better the second time than I did.
Donald Trump then talks about how he opposed the bipartisan border deal. Play it.
She still is. You're right. Thank you. In fact, you could do it right now. They like to talk. It's all nonsense. That Donald Trump stopped a bill. I was opposed to it. So was everyone else. It was the weakest bill. Under that bill, millions of people would have been allowed to come in. This was a weak bill. But you didn't need a bill.
And whines that New York Governor Hochul said mean things about him last night at the DNC. Play this clip.
Consider what we did consider. Interestingly, like New York, when I left for Washington, New York we had a very bad mayor, de Blasio, but he wasn't there that long, and he couldn't ruin what took place. But we had a city that was so wonderful and so thriving. And just in a few short years, that changed. New York State is doing terribly. I heard the governor last night speaking so viciously and violently about me, but she doesn't speak about what they've done to destroy the state. The law enforcement has been decimated. The judges, what's gone on with the judges in New York, there's no justice. We're not getting justice.
And at that point, Fox had enough, and Fox just basically cut away their coverage. It was too weird for their viewers to see. Play this clip.
They shouldn't arrest people for saying the election was rigged, but they like that. They go after guys like me, but they don't go after people that kill people. It's a shame what's happened in our country, but we're going to turn it around. We're going to win big, and we're going to turn it around. We're going to turn it around fast. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, President Trump speaking in Howell, Michigan this afternoon, and clearly the focus is law and order, law enforcement, his respect for law enforcement. He was standing there with several members of the police department there.
Donald Trump then talks about World War III. Play the clip.
It's a very dangerous time that we're in. It's dangerous in terms of crime and all, but it's very dangerous in terms of a possible World War III. We're very close to World War III, and people don't realize it. We're closer than we've ever been, I think, ever since World War II, but this would...
Donald Trump then says or implies that he would like to see police officers intimidating people who vote in Detroit. Play the clip.
We really feel good about the state and the area. We're doing very well here. Just got a poll that was very good. A lot of good polls the last couple of days. Thank you to the Livingston County Sheriff's Department for welcoming us in such a beautiful way.
Donald Trump then lies about Charlottesville. Play the clip.
Because they've handled themselves and crime and everything else in a stern way, and it's probably a lot easier to do. Maybe we should switch them, move them around to different territories of your state or of our nation. and let some other guys take. Would you like that, fellas? I have a feeling you don't want that. I don't want to embarrass it. I don't want to say any particular names of locations, but I can think of a big one in this state. I'd love to have them working there during the election.
Hey, this is Ben Meiselas, co-founder of the MeidasTouch network, and I just wanted to take a brief break from that video to give you an update on our climate. A lot of you have been asking if I can provide these periodic updates, so here it goes. Climate Power put out a new report on August 14th, and it found that approximately 335,000 new clean energy-related jobs are on track to be created by over 600 manufacturing projects already launched or announced since August of 2022 under the Biden-Harris administration policies. You'll remember that date because that's when President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris signed the Inflation Reduction Act, which includes hundreds of billions of dollars to incentivize the manufacture and purchase of green energy technologies. Greg Sargent wrote about this in a recent report for the New Republic, and he talks about how all these climate manufacturing jobs are being created in the heartland of America, and it badly undermines one of the central stories that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are trying to advance about the United States, because this new report finds that a lot of these jobs are concentrated in rural and GOP areas in the Rust Belt. It really undermines the entire narrative by Donald Trump and his running mate. Also, when Donald Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance are trying to undermine these policies, it could have a massive negative impact on our economy. That's our climate change update for the day. Let's get back to the video. Donald Trump then talks about the border wall and says that it has a lot of technology. It's very strange. Play this clip.
They lied last night about things that nobody's ever seen. They lied about soldiers at a gravesite. They lied about Charlottesville. They lied about inflation.
Trump then talks about manufacturing plants in Mexico and says that the reason that he may have been shot is because of the way he talks about manufacturing plants in Mexico. What? Play the clip.
1,000-pound concrete inside, and then rebar. And it also has a lot of technology, wires and things in it for high technology. It was designed to the highest specs of the Border Patrol. I wanted actually concrete plank. I would have done a beautiful job with precast, like you have in parking garages, long span. It's called long span precast, but they had to be able to see through. I understand that. They needed certain things that you can't do with concrete plank.
Donald Trump then points to some random chart about why he thinks that the numbers aren't accurate, that crime is significantly down now versus where it was when he was in office. Play this clip.
But they're building some of the biggest plants. And I have a friend who builds plants. He said some of the biggest in the world, I think he's doing them, are being built in Mexico. And they're going to sell cars, produce them and sell them in this country with no tax. It's not going to happen. And I told him, I said, you better hope I don't win. Always dangerous to say these things. Maybe that's why I get shot at and other people don't. Right, John James? That's probably why I get shot at. Other people, they'll protect other people because they can't believe they got so lucky. But I have to do what I have to do.
Donald Trump then says, I don't know, is the GOP conservative? I don't know. Who really cares? Here, play this clip.
And we had a couple of instances last night where things were mentioned, so I got it. Did crime rise under Trump and fall under Biden? They said it rose under Trump and they go, no, the opposite is true. Take a look at this here. It said, is it true? Did crime rise under Trump and fall under Biden? No, comma, the opposite is true. This was a study group that went out.
By the way, if you want to see how low energy it is, here's how this all started. Let me show you this clip. Just take a look at how low energy this is. Play it.
I don't understand why. From a common sense, I like to say the Republican Party is now the party of common sense. Conservative? Yeah, I guess conservative. It doesn't matter.
Donald Trump then says he's not a radical. Play this clip.
I'm gonna, just so you understand, I am not a radical at all.
Donald Trump again whines that that numbers are fraudulent and that only he possesses the right numbers. Here, play this clip.
There has been a report that the job numbers over the last period of time were fraudulent, and and I understand that because I know how the job numbers go, and if you want to be a bad person in high office, you can be a bad person, but the numbers are going to be revised.
As one commentator says, so I guess the new strategy is for Donald Trump to have low energy events where he reads off some notes while cops look on blankly. It really does hit different when he doesn't have a crowd. The word that comes to mind is pathetic. Just a blizzard of lies spoken into a void. By the way, I just want to show you this image as well also, because the contrast here cannot be more clear. The Democratic convention on the left with everybody having USA signs, the Republican National Convention on the right, where the people there had mass deportation signs. Finally, let me show you this from earlier in the day. J.D. Vance held a press conference as well, where he was asked about night one of the DNC, and J.D. Vance said that what comes to mind after seeing night one is boo. He goes, it's just boo. Here, play this clip.
A few more locals, ma'am, yes.
Yeah, I'm Hannah Hilliard with Channel 12 from up in Milwaukee. Obviously, there is a big event happening not too far away from here over in Chicago. Did you catch any of the DNC tonight, or last night? If you did, what were your immediate thoughts?
Well, my immediate thoughts were all the people booing. I agree with them. That was my response to it, was boo.
All right, folks, tell me what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.